Alright guys, I'm back with my WWE Smackdown review for the 27th of the 9th, 2016, and I thought this last episode of Smackdown was really good, and you can tell from that abomination what was Monday Night Raw on Monday to seeing what we saw last night on Smackdown. I was hoping that for a good show, and I got a good show. 2 hours of Friday Night Smackdown is way better than 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. This 2 hours of Smackdown I saw last night was enjoyable and exciting. I was loving it, and you know what? There wasn't one part of Smackdown where I was like, oh my god, this is boring. I know some of the matches, we didn't have many matches on the show tonight, but I don't mind not having many matches for this week because you're building up for No Mercy, and I like that. And I like how the WWE are planning ahead on SmackDown. For Raw, I'm giving up on Raw, so I'm only reviewing SmackDown. And I told Raw, I said on the rant video last night that the WWE has a week to get Raw. Raw has a week to improve, or I'm done reviewing Raw, so I'm not going to talk about Raw in this video. Anyway, on to SmackDown. SmackDown was very good this week. I really enjoyed it. And the question is to you guys. Do you guys think that SmackDown is the A show? Because in my opinion, that is the A show. It's been the A show since the brand split. And I know a lot of people before the brand split were like, oh, SmackDown's going to be the B show. Oh, it's going to be the B show. But no, it is the A show, because one reason that is because Triple H is backstage in the creative team, and you know, when Triple H is backstage at in the creative team meetings and stuff, it's great things. Just look what's happened with NXT since Triple H has took over NXT. We've had wonders like NXT going on the road and whatever. Same with SmackDown. NXT's gone not NXT now. SmackDown has gone live. It's live on Tuesdays now instead of taped on a Tuesday. Then it was on a Friday. I don't know why the hell they did that before. And you know what? It's on a new network. It's on a USA network, same as Raw, so it's going to get more exposure. I know it used to be on a Sci-Fi network, and not many people used to tune into the damn Sci-Fi network, so I'm glad it's on the USA network and stuff. So yeah, very positive things on SmackDown. So we open up with SmackDown this week with Randy Orton coming out. And basically, he says that Bray Wyatt's afraid of him, and he's afraid of, people are afraid of like snakes and whatever. And then it was a weird promo, but it was alright. And then Bray Wyatt comes out. He says, Randy Orton, he talks about Orton's kids and how Randy Orton used to read them, he reads them stories and stuff, and he talks about something about, apparently his kids leave breadcrumbs or whatever, I don't know. And then Bray Wyatt holds a timer up saying that you've got this amount of time left, and if you don't find me, something, I think he says something about his kids, I don't know, like, with the Bray Wyatt promo, I'm not interested into this feud, but I mean, these segments on Raw, these segments on SmackDown between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt were really good tonight. I mean, the Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton segments were really good. I really liked these segments backstage. They were awesome, man. Like the creepy videos, the weird camera angles, very good. I really enjoyed this. It was like kind of like a horror movie kind of thing. I enjoyed that, and this is probably the best bit of the show, in my opinion, those backstage segments. And then we get to the first match tonight, which is an 8-man tag match. It's the Usos and the Ascension versus Slater and Rhino, and basically, Slater and Rhino in the American Alpha. The Usos win with a submission, with like a leg break or whatever, and it looks like to me that the Usos are not gonna. Also, they're not gonna do loads of high flying moves because they're heels now. So basically, the Usos have got to change their style, and now they're more of an aggressive, submission based tag team. And I like that about the Usos, that with this heel turn, that they've changed their characters. They might not be good on the mic. Don't have to speak it on the mic. No, they're off on the mic, but just have them out there as badass Samoans, and that will just sell me on these two guys, because Jimmy and Jason are talented wrestlers. They're not the best on the mic. You're not going to get like a rock-ass promo from the Usos. You're never going to get a Rock promo from like the Usos. They're not going to cut a promo like the Rock ever, because they're not good on the mic. But with the Usos, you're always going to get a good tag team match with these guys. And you know what? Now they're heels. It changes their in-ring style, because they're normally, you know, as a babyface, those high flyers, and now they've got to adapt as being heels, because as a heel you cannot fly around the ring, or you know, the fans are going to pop like yay and whatever. So I'm glad that the Usos have adapted to their style and stuff, which is good. The Usos win, like I said, so it looks like the Usos and Slater and Rhino are going to feud at No Mercy. It's a basic storyline. Basically, the Usos want to be the dominant tag team, and Slater and Rhino are the underdogs. It's a simple story, and I like that about SmackDown. They're just putting out simple storylines, what the fans can get interested to, and it's got a story to it. And they built up to this last week or the week before, and also because the Usos were upset because they had to compete twice at Backlash, and Slater and Rhino didn't. And because the Usos want to take out all the tag teams and want to be dominant. It's like an old school 80s kind of old tag team feud, if you know what I mean, which is very good. And then we get more Bray Wyatt segments. Randy Orton goes into this room. He goes into one of the rooms, and one of the rooms says "Predator or Prey," and that was I thought I had to put that as the title of this video. So yeah, that was probably the funniest line I saw, like the best line of the show. It was a good line. So he goes into this room, and it's like, yeah, on the door it says "Predator or Prey." Please choose carefully on like one of the doors, and then the other door it says "I am God" or whatever, and then it has a picture of Randy Orton, like a cardboard cutout of Randy Orton, and he's creeped out at this. He's like, what the hell? And like he opens this other door, it says "Predator or Prey," and then it's Eric Rowan. He's behind the door with the sheep mask, and I thought, shouldn't Eric Rowan attack Randy Orton? I didn't get that, but I guess he didn't. And then we get to the second match of the night. It's Natalya and Carmella versus Nikki Bella and Naomi. Natalya and Carmella win with a roll-up. You know what? This was an okay match. It wasn't a bad match. You know, it looks like to me that Natalya and Carmella and Nikki and Naomi are going to be feuding as a, you know, like a tag team at No Mercy. So it looks like a tag team feud for the Divas. I mean, it could be an okay feud, but I haven't been following really the Divas on SmackDown, except for my girl Alexa Bliss, who was beating up Becky Lynch, which was awesome. But yeah, I'm a fan of Becky Lynch and my girl Alexa Bliss. But I'm gonna get to that later. Then we get to my favorite part of the show, where Alexa Bliss, my girl, for everybody who says that they're stealing my girl, I would like to challenge you to a match on WWE 2K17 when I get it. Next month, and I will beat your ass, because nobody takes my girl, Alexa Bliss. She's my girl, man. She's my future wife, you know what I mean? Like, nobody touches my girl, you know? And then basically she attacks Becky and whatever. So I mean, another great thing for, I mean, this feud between my girl Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch, I mean, it's slowly been building up. They had a good segment last week on SmackDown with the whole contract signing thing. I like that. I think they did something on WWE's YouTube channel to promote the feud, which is really good. I'm glad that they're doing that. And then did this where Becky Lynch just, you know, had a mean streak about it, which is good. And then Randy Orton attacks Bray Wyatt, and he kind of didn't. So it's kind of like this weird, shaky video where Randy Orton is like behind Bray Wyatt, but he attacks him, and then he's singing "The Whole World's in His Hands," and the camera's going off. It was a great segment. I enjoyed it. And then we get a... Oh yeah, and I forgot to say that Dean Ambrose did have a segment early on the show. He talks about basically... he's going to get the title back off AJ tonight. And then we get to another segment, Miz's homecoming. So it's Miz. He's basically talking trash to Dolph's parents, because Dolph's parents are in the audience. And he's saying that, oh, you should be embarrassed of your son. And then Dolph comes out. He says, one more shot. And then, before that, Miz says, why are you out here, Dolph? Like, I beat you loads of times for the IC title. I mean, I'm not going to face you as long as you put your career on the line. And then Dolph says, you know what, Miz? I'm going to put my career on the line, because every time I've been in this ring, doesn't matter what I do, if I'm IC champion, US champion, tag team champion, whatever I've done in the WWE, I never get a big main event push in the WWE. And I thought this was a very good segment. And in my opinion, I've got to give a shout to Dolph Ziggler because I think he's been watching my videos, because I've said for the last couple of months, and The Miz, I said the last couple of months that Dolph Ziggler needs to leave, WWE and whatever, and go somewhere else, because how much bad the WWE has been treating him the last couple of years. And they finally mentioned, like, fans, obviously, talking with people on YouTube and stuff, that have been saying that, he should leave WWE, and I'm glad that they brought that up. So yeah, shout out to Miz and Dolph for that. I know you watch the show, guys. Thanks. But yeah, it was a good segment. I like the segment between Miz and Dolph, and this is going to be a good ending. Title versus career. And I heard I was watching the Don and Tony podcast or whatever, and I think it was Don or Tony, they said that Dolph's contract's up. I don't know. Apparently that was a rumour, apparently it was going around that Dolph's contract's coming up soon, so that's why he might be leaving WWE. But if he does leave WWE, then I wish him the best of luck in what he does. If he goes to TNA, which I doubt it, or I think he should just go to Ring of Honor and New Japan, where he can make more money, in my opinion. Like, if he goes to TNA, he's barely going to get paid anyway, so he should go to, like, New Japan and feud with Kenny Omega or somebody like that. So that's what I think. Or Adam Cole, I don't know. And then we get to the main event, which is for the WWE World Title. It's AJ Styles defending his WWE World Title against Dean Ambrose. This was a very good match. I thought this was a good match, probably the best match of the night. AJ gets a bit pissed off with AJ gets pissed off with Cena, so he attacks Cena. Then Ambrose gets pissed off at Cena. I don't know why Ambrose. And then he attacks Cena. Then Cena's like, screw this. So Cena distracts Ambrose, helping AJ win the match with a roll-up. So AJ, retains his title. After the match, AJ rolls out the ring. Ambrose and Cena are, like, in each other's faces and stuff. Ambrose gets AA by Cena. Then AJ comes in trying to Styles clash Cena. And then Cena AA's AJ, and then he holds up the WWE World Title. And that was the end of SmackDown. Overall, this show, to top to bottom, was very good. We had some okay, matches and decent matches, at the start of the show. But we had a great bunch. We had a good segments between The Miz and Dolph and Bray, Wyatt, and Randy Orton. Two of the best segments on the show. And Ambrose and Styles was probably the best match of the night, and they was continuing to build up storylines on the show. They had storylines built up, good to okay matches, and also they kept me entertained with good storytelling, which was very good. And so that was my WWE SmackDown review for the 27th of the 9th, 2016, guys. What did you guys think of this last episode of SmackDown? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and leave your thoughts in the comments. And thanks for watching, guys. Brag out.